a little tip I found recently, which may help you make a bit of extra gold. I'm going to start off by saying this is for people that have already maxed out their talisman making and salvaging. So if you haven't got to that point, keep going. This is kind of what to do as you get a bit higher level and you start to rank up and level up all the tokens and medallions. It's what to do really once you start building them up. So if you look at my character here, I've got lots of Vanquisher, Conqueror medallions. Not really sure what to do with them, but what you can do is turn them into easy cash. And the way you do that is by buying pieces of armor and salvaging them. Now, if you salvage Vanquisher gear, you can buy the belt for 93 tokens. That's the cheapest. You're guaranteed a purple fragment, which you can then build into a purple talisman. And they go on the auction house for around anything from 15 to about 25 gold each, which is quite a nice little profit. It's free money basically. However, you can actually make a lot more money than 20G. And to demonstrate how to do that, we're going to flip to Excel. I'm going to show you the maths. So you can see here you can buy one Vanquisher belt for 93 Vanquisher tokens, and that gets you a 200 purple fragment if you salvage that. But what you can do is downgrade those items. So if you downgrade those items to Conqueror, you get 5 of those to 1 Vanquisher. Here, so those 93 tokens turn into 465 Conqueror tokens. Okay, so it'll take you a little while just to kind of convert them, but you can do that at the vendor by purchasing Conqueror using Vanq tokens. You can downgrade the tokens, but you can't upgrade them. You can turn those Conqueror tokens into 2,000 Annihilator ones. Okay, and this is where you kind of really start to make some more cash, because you can actually buy nearly 73 pieces of armor with those 2,300 tokens. And yes, it is going to be time consuming. You're going to get blue fragments from these. You can't sell them as much, but the quantity of armor that you'll be able to buy will offset the fact that you're selling it for less. Okay, let me give you an example. So one purple fragment will be a 23 stat for willpower, strength, whatnot. Blue will be a plus 19 in terms of the highest level blue. And then down here we've got the cost to make each talisman. So these are just the costs of my auction house right now. So level 200 curio goes for about 39 silver. Essence is about 1.1 gold. Dust is really cheap. It's about 6 bronze, I think, or 6 silver. So really cheap. So in total, it costs about 1 gold, 57 silver, roughly, to make each talisman. So it's very cheap, really, very cheap. You're going to make a profit no matter what you do. Then down here we've got the selling price for each talisman. So these vary; they go up and down based on kind of the market price in the auction house. See, on average for each one, some go for more than others. So wounds at the time were going for more than intelligence. This is all the purple column. And then for the blues, so at the time willpower were going for 7 each, which is very good. But intelligence are only going for 2. So that will affect your profit. Just to remind you that these figures are all in gold. So 2.6 is 2 gold, 60 silver, for example. So this section is the sell price. We've done cost to make. So obviously sell price less cost to make is profit per talisman. So you can see these obviously will fluctuate based on market prices, but you usually make roughly about 17, 18 gold per purple, and anything from 40 silver to 5 gold, depending on what's selling at what price. Obviously makes a big difference because the volume that we're talking about is massive in terms of pieces, so 73 pieces. So this is where we've finally got to the end of the math. So if you're still watching, thank you for sticking with me. The best case scenario is if you converted those 73 pieces into fragments and sell them on the auction house for these prices, you could make up to 390 gold just from the same tokens that you would have used to buy to make one purple talisman. So 17 gold versus 394 just by selling blue talismans rather than purple. So it's huge. Even if you sell, at really low prices, so even at 2 gold, you're going to make 31G. Compared to 17, 18 purple, so you're still going to almost double your money. Obviously, the big impact is the time. So the time to take this is obviously takes a while. Certainly, if you're obviously not going to be able to do 72 at once because of your bag capacity. But what I would do is just keep it ticking along, like you're waiting for an SC, you're waiting for a city siege. You're just chilling out, chatting. Use that downtime to buy Annihilator pieces with blue fragments, and then salvage them. And actually, one thing I haven't mentioned is the profit that you make will actually be higher, because quite often when you salvage these pieces, you get 200 essence, and you nearly always get 200 dust, which basically means you're making these for free, pretty much. And if you're making them for free, then the selling price becomes your profit. Profit times number of pieces goes up massively. You can make huge amounts of profit. Okay, so we've established that you should not use Vanquisher tokens to buy Vanquisher armor if you want to make any money. Okay, just don't do it. It's a bad decision unless you're really, really tight for time or you don't care about gold. In which case you're probably not even watching this video anyway. So look, if you're an experienced player, you can dive off now, that's fine. But if you'd like to watch the video through, I'm just going to show you how to actually go ahead and do that. So what you want to do is find the Annihilator vendor. It's called the Officer's Medallion Quartermaster. Now I can't get into IC at the moment, but basically he's right at the top of the map. In IC, so if you run all the way to the top, look around for this guy. The cheapest piece of armor to buy, an Annihilator, is the foot wraps for 32. You can have a look on those. You can see what it'll give you when you salvage it. So this will give you willpower, toughness, and intelligence. It's based on your character class. Because I'm a healer, that's what I get. Well, I'm going to need some officers' medallions. So what I'm going to do is buy some using my Conqueror medallions. So this is that down conversion that I was talking about. So I'm going to use 5 Conqueror's medallions to buy 25 medallions, officers' medallions. You can see it says 25 in there. That's what you're going to get. So I'm going to buy, just to give you guys an idea of how it works, I'm going to just buy a few of these. You'll see the Conqueror numbers go down. It's going to buy a ton of these. Okay, they're going to go into your main bag. Close the merchant window before you do this, otherwise you'll just sell them back. And then just right click on these to convert them. So now I should have a bunch of officers' medallions. Yeah, look, I got 300. So we're back in the inevitable city now, and this is where the Annihilator vendor is, right next to the pink flames. It's the officers' medallion quartermaster. Let's go in here. I always buy the cheapest item, the foot wraps for 32 officers tokens. So I'm just going to buy a few of those just to give you an example. Okay, so I've got 8 of those now. Then you're going to go to salvaging. You do need to have salvaging 200 really to make this work. Get salvaging on a shortcut. Choose whichever ones you want based on the highest price that you can sell it for. I'm going to go toughness on these ones. So that one I got some gold dust, and I got some essence on the second one. So immediately that's worth 1 gold in itself. Let's see how many essences I get. Got another one there. Got another one there. So I actually got, out of 8 items, I got 4 essences. So essence drop rate is about 50%, so that's pretty good. That kind of halves the cost of making the talismans. Next, you've actually got to make the talismans. So I use a little add-on called Talisman Genie, which is absolutely brilliant. If you're making talismans, I highly recommend it. We're going to make a 32 level talisman, which is plus 19. And what you can do is it'll tell you what you need for each item, in terms of what combination of stuff and what it'll make. What I'm going to do for the plus 19 is I'm just going to use the best that I have in each case. You don't need a high level container though, so just use a level 1 container. Get the fragments that you made. Which case it was these guys. Yeah, blue 200s. 200 essence. 200 dust. And 200 curio. Okay, so that'll make a potent talisman. I'm gonna make, how many can I make? 6. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 6 level 19s. And then once you've got those, head on over to the auction house. So here we are at the auction house, and we've put our talismans up for sale. I've done them in stacks of 1, and each one is going for about 275, 276, which means I'm making just over 1 gold profit on each one. So that's 6 gold I made there. Actually, sorry, 12 gold. Easy money, basically. So I hope that you found that useful. In summary, to use your Vanquish tokens to make blue items, you'll make a lot more potential money. Get your salvaging and talismans up to 200. It's a great way to make sure you've got steady cash flow of gold whenever you get drops. Hope this video has been useful to you. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see future content. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see anything else, any other guides or tips. I will do my best to help you out. Thanks guys, see you next time.